Let me show you how to get digital publishing projects from Adobe InDesign to your own website. Follow along in this tutorial and learn how to add interactivity to an InDesign project, export the HTML5 package, and upload the assets to web hosting platform Netlify to integrate to a Wix website. There's lots to cover in this video, so let's jump in and get started. In this tutorial, we'll be using a web hosting platform called Netlify. You'll need to head over to netlify.com to create a free account to follow along in this video. Before I export this as HTML5, I'd like to add some simple animation and interactivity to this 4-page slide deck presentation. First, I'll click on the main title, and in the animation panel, I'm going to choose a preset of fly in from left. I'll keep all the preset settings the same. I'm going to click on the subtitle and do the same thing, only this time I want it to fly in from right. Again, the preset settings here are just fine. I'm going to click on the main image, and here I want to set a grow animation. The duration will be 20 seconds in length. I want it to scale at about 110 width and 110 height. I also want the origin point of the animation to begin on the far right, so I'll choose the center far right origin point. Now, an important step when you're adding a grow animation like this is to cut the animation or cut the entire frame. And I'm just going to create a new container frame using the rectangle frame tool here. I'm just going to adjust it like so and adjust the frame to fit the entire page. I'm going to right click and paste into. The reason for that is when that animation grows, you want it to be contained within that container and not grow off the page. I'm going to send this to the back, Shift Command left square bracket to send it all the way to the back. Next, I'm going to click on the Enter button and I'll choose a preset of Pulse. Here the duration will be 2 seconds. I want it to loop, so it loops with the slow grow animation. And the scale width here, you can make something like 110 for both again. Now in the timing panel, I'm going to click my timing panel, which you can find all your interactive tools under Window, Interactive, and Timing. All the ones we're using for this tutorial are here as well. So I want the main title and the subtitle to play together. So I'm going to click on main title, hold my command key, click subtitle. Down below, click play together. And let's do the same thing for the image and button, play together. Now we can preview that with the EPUB preview window just to make sure it's all working as intended, and you can see it is. Perfect. Let's move on to the second page and add the animation here. The same thing applies here. I'm going to click on Our Story, the main title, go to Animation, and this will have a fly in from left. We'll keep the preset settings as is. Click on the main image or slide to artwork. Preset here is fly in from top. You can see the arrow showing you that it's going to fly in from the top down. And if I just pan over to the left here, I have two rectangle shapes. I'm going to click on one, hold Shift, click on the other. And in the animation panel, I want this to zoom in 2D. And the duration here, let's make it 0.5 so it's a little bit quicker. And I think everything else looks good. If I go to my timing panel now, let's time these animations together. Our Story, that's the main title, hold Command, slide to artwork. I want those two come in together, so I'll play them together. And then the two rectangle shapes, select both of those and play those together. We can test out that animation, and you can see that the image and text come in, and then the shapes follow at the end. Good, let's move on to the third page. Here I have 4 info boxes: digital marketing, content creation, web design, and ad campaigns. So the idea here is I want digital marketing and ad campaigns to grow from the bottom up, and I want web design and content creation to grow from the top down. So what I'll do is click on digital marketing, hold Shift, and click on ad campaigns. And let's add those animations. The preset here will be grow. It will be on page load. We can make it something like 0.25. If that's too quick, you can always go back and change the duration time. The animate to is important. We want this to animate to current appearance. The scale width will be 100 and the height will be 0. So digital marketing and ad campaigns, I'd like those to play from the bottom up. So in this case, I'm going to choose the bottom center origin point. So that looks good. Let's do the same thing for web design and content creation. So click on web design, hold shift, content creation. Good, so I'll add a preset of grow, on page load, 0.25 second duration. The speed from the preset is just fine. The animate is animate to current appearance. We want the scale width to be 100 and the height to be 0. And remember, the first set we had them animate from the bottom up. In this case, we're going to do the top down. So choose the top center origin point. And let's go to our timing panel now and make sure that they're timed together. So digital marketing and brand identity. Oh, it's called brand identity. Let me change that. So I'm going to click on ad campaigns. And let's just change the name of that to ad campaigns. Good. And if I go to my timing, now you can see it's ad campaigns. So digital marketing and ad campaigns will play together. And then web design and content creation, those will play together as well. So if we play this and preview it in the EPUB preview window, you can see that those come in as intended. Digital marketing and ad campaigns, bottom up, and web design content creation, top down. Perfect. Now that we have those animations set, we can move on to page 4. And this is where we have an interactive map. And for this, we'll use object states to create a multi-state object. So if I select the text frames in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to pan over to the left a little so you can see this in the layers panel. I have all the layers here: BC info, Alberta info, Ontario info, and then Quebec. So I want to assign these buttons to trigger this information up top. And to do that, we have to create these text frames. We have to convert them into a multi-state object. So again, select all of them and you'll see that they're lit up here in the layers panel to indicate you have them selected. Go to the multi-state object states panel. And in the bottom right-hand corner, let's convert this selection into a multi-state object. Now it's good practice to rename everything to keep things in order. So you can see here, it gives it a generic name of multi-state 2. I'm going to change this to revenue report. Okay. State 1 is the British Columbia info. So I'm just going to name this BC info. And you can access these states by clicking on it once and then clicking on the name again until it's lit up. And this is Alberta info. Good. State 3 is Ontario info. And state 4 is Quebec info. Good, now I have all 4 of my states and my multi-state object is ready to go. Next, we'll have to assign the map marker icons to the multi-state objects. So as a start, let's click on the British Columbia map marker first. And in the buttons and forms, which I already have open here, I'm going to convert this into a button and I'm going to call this BC button, just keeping things simple there. The event on all of these will be on release or tab. The action, let's set an action of go to state. And you can see the object name, the only multi-state object we've created so far, is a revenue report. So choose that one and then assign the state that goes with the button. And in this case, we'll leave it on BC info. Good, I'll click on the second and we'll do the same. That's button. And this is Alberta button. Good. And the action here, again, go to state, revenue report. The state here is Alberta. And we can do the next one, which is Ontario. This is Ontario button. And the action here, go to state, and the state is Ontario info. And we're going to add the last one here, button. This is Quebec button. the action, go to state. Oops. That should be go to state and not go to page. Go to state, revenue report, and this is Quebec info. Now I've gone ahead and also added animation to the multi-state object, and let me show you how that works quickly. If I click on it once, I'm going to go back to my object states panel, and if I double click to drive into British Columbia, you'll see I've applied, you can see that little green dot there. I've applied a subtle fade in transition to each one of these. If I click on Alberta, you can see the same thing. And you would just do that in the animation panel. You can see fade in. Just be mindful that you have to double click each multi-state object to add the animation. So I'm going to go back to British Columbia. We could test this out in the preview window just to ensure it's working. There's British Columbia, and you can see that there's the fade in I'm talking about. Click on Ontario and Quebec. Good, so we have all the animations set up here and all the interactivity as well. Next, let's export the HTML5 package so we can upload the InDesign project and host it on Netlify. Now to export the HTML, let's make our way up to File and choose Publish Online. This will bring up the Publish Your Document Online window, which you're likely familiar with if you've published a document onto an Adobe hosted server. However, now we have the option to export the HTML5 package. Let's go ahead and click that. That will bring up some text exporting options. So the first one is HTML text tags, which allows you to copy the fonts, except for fonts added from Adobe Fonts. So just keep that in mind. To simplify things, go ahead and choose HTML SVG tags. If you'd like to learn more about what either option does, you can always click on Learn More. For this example, let's go with SVG tags and click Export. Choose the folder where you want to save this to and click Choose, and that will automatically export those assets to the folder you choose. Here you see you have an index file, HTML file, and all the assets including CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Let's jump over to Netlify to upload these files and host it to a server. Once you've created a Netlify account, log into the dashboard and click Sites. This will allow us to drag the folder that we've exported from InDesign directly to the Netlify platform. So I'll do just that. I'm going to click and drag the folder that we just exported from InDesign and drop it into the platform here. That will upload the files and generate a Netlify-based URL. Let's take a closer look at the project in Netlify. In the Sites section of the dashboard, click on Open Production Deploy. This launches the project in a web browser, and here you can see the Netlify generated URL, which will change momentarily. I can also make my way through the project, and you can see that all the animation and the interactivity is working just the way we set it up. And have a look at this interactive map. I can click on all the buttons and it works great. So if I make my way back to the Netlify dashboard, we can click on Site Configuration, make our way down to Change Site Name, and change it to something more suited to the project. Maybe something like Northern Pixel-CO-Deck, and then just click Save. So you can see our hosting site now is Northern Pixel-CO-Deck.netlify.app. Now that the project is being hosted and we have the custom URL, let's jump over to Wix or a similar platform to implement the code. I'm over in Wix now, and I've set up a test page to show you how to integrate that InDesign presentation to your own website. Now we're going to be integrating some code and directing it to that Netlify web page. Now in order to do this, we're going to have to drop in an iframe widget. I'm going to click on the plus icon to add an element, choose Embed Code, and then click on Embed HTML. Now before I embed the code, I have to adjust the size of that iframe widget. In the right side toolbar, I'm going to change the width to 1280 and the height to 720. Now that's because the size of the InDesign project is 1280 by 720. So you just want to make sure that the size of the widget reflects the same size as the InDesign project you're working on. I've included the HTML code that we'll be implementing in the widget. Let's take a look at it now. Now there are two lines of code here that you can use. The one on the bottom is straightforward and will likely work for your project. The only thing I would recommend is changing the height to the height specific to your project. The one on the top is a little bit more advanced, but the same rules apply. We'll just have to update the generic URL in the code with the version that's currently being hosted on the Netlify webpage. So for this example, I'm going to copy the top iframe code and go back to my Wix test page, and in the HTML settings window, I'm just going to paste the code here. The only thing I have to change again is this URL. You could see it's just a generic yourprojectname.com. I'm going to head back to that Netlify project that we uploaded from InDesign, and I'm going to copy the URL and go back to my Wix page. I'm going to select that URL and paste in the new version from Netlify. You would use the same method if you were using the other line of code. Just replace that URL. Once you've done that, you can click Update, and it will automatically update on the page. You can see that that is now embedded on my test page in Wix. So I can click on Preview and we can have a look at this in real time live. And you can see that all the functionality, all the animation, and the interactivity, such as this interactive map, is still working and it's still functional. So I'll go back to my editor. And the other option you have here in Wix, and you'll likely have this option on platforms like WordPress or Squarespace, is if I just copy the URL on its own, and if I want to edit the code, you can click Edit Code. And right now we're hosting it from the code. However, in this option here, you can click Web Address and paste the URL in and click Apply, and the same thing will happen. You've embedded the hosted copy from Netlify to your own website. Thanks for watching, and I hope you can use this technique to showcase your own digital publishing projects from InDesign. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest design tutorials. Until next time, take care and keep creating.